Reachdrbeach, and today we're here with Mark and James and Mike and Carlos. Hi guys.
Howdy.
Hey, how's it going?
And we're meeting today because we wanted to understand a little bit more about what it's like living on the streets.
Technically, since '94. But a lot of those times I worked, had a place to live, or I was incarcerated. So
Okay.
I got out of the military, became homeless 6 months later, and it's like living I want for nothing. I can live under a rock
Okay.
and survive. I'm cool out here.
And what about you, James?
Myself, personally, since I last owned a house with a key, I believe it was in 2012. Pretty much been on the street ever since. I stayed at my boss's garage for 6 months when I worked with him, but 2012, and before that, CDC housed me up for about 10 years, and then before that, I was homeless probably about 5 after before that.
Okay, and where do you live?
North Park.
Do you live here?
Yeah.
Like in this park?
No, not technically in the park. I stay,
I'm just here.
oh boy, carports,
Okay.
places of that nature, just, wherever seems to seem right,
Okay. And what is a typical day like for you?
Typical day like for me is wake up, hopefully I have enough, like $1 something to get my senior coffee at McDonald's and start it off from there.
Okay. What about you, Mike? How long have you been living on the streets?
Let's see, probably like last 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And Carlos?
I've been homeless since I came from Arkansas.
Arkansas.
You're from Arkansas?
So
What brought you
well,
there?
yeah, man, I ended up over there, got married, and it didn't even work out. So I ended up staying over there for like 5 years. and got stuck over there.
Were you homeless when you were in Arkansas?
Yeah, after my marriage, it didn't work out. Yeah, she kicked me out because I was living in Puerto Rico actually,
Okay.
and I left my house and went to Arkansas to get married, and it didn't work out. So we split up, and then I don't know anybody.
Mhm.
I don't know my way around.
It seems like, I've heard, and it seems like there's a real sense of community on the streets.
Yep.
Even just coming up here and having you guys here. I mean,
But there is. What sucks about being here is we've already got our own crazies and nuts, and the cops kick everybody out from downtown, and all those nuts and crazies come up here, and they're worse than ours. So there's a conflict. And it's like,
do you guys have a sense of
if they
kind of what
aren't
led
nuts,
you? What led
and they're
you
not
to?
used to this, they end up nuts real quick.
Yeah.
They end up
There's-
nuts.
there's
They don't know how to
some that
deal
make
with
it,
it.
and
They get
there's
hooked
some
on
that
dope.
Okay.
You
They
know,
become victims.
You pretty much
People,
tell that which ones are going to make it and
Yeah.
not.
Must
No,
have a pretty. You have to have a tough
Especially all the young ones,
constitution,
man.
right?
We tell the young ones, dude, get out of here.
Yeah.
Go get
Well-
a job, go to school, do something, because you don't want to live your life like this.
Yeah,
For me, it's a piece of cake. A lot of these people just fly by the wire and bad things happen to them. And it's like,
A lot of the
man,
same stuff is present, like it's just the nature of being homeless, like sometimes drugs, alcohol. A lot of those things are just there because that's what's available. So it's not like
It's not that it's available. It's part of it.
Yeah, if I didn't have any food, I'd go do a line.
To tell you the truth,
I'm good for a
to
week.
tell you the truth,
You gotta worry about a place to sleep.
drugs in the first place was what got you homeless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Do
you
you think
started
that's
at
do you
one
think
point you
that's
were
a big
doing
reason
okay,
that people
and
end
then you
up-
started doing dope.
Yeah, a lot of
and now
reasons.
you
That's
now
the
you're
number one
homeless.
cause.
No
Number
job.
one cause.
That's
then
how
you get,
how it goes
strung
down.
out.
You could have been with someone who was on
Period.
That caused
I
you
know.
to
Let's
go
keep
out.
it real.
I wasn't doing
Is that
dope
what
when I
happened?
got here.
Is that what
If you
happened
don't
to
do
you
dope and
guys?
stay clean, bam, you have money.
Yeah.
Whoa, where the hell did I get all this money?
Yeah, I quit
You ain't
smoking.
spending
I
on
quit
dope.
smoking cigarettes. I'm saving $100 and something a
Yeah.
month.
I don't think anybody ever tells you like, hey, if
I
you-
quit doing
if
dope.
you
Now I'm
don't,
saving
what happens if you can't do
thousands of
dope or
dollars
you
a
can't
month.
do it anymore? This is what will happen.
Still
They'll say,
drink a
hey,
little
if you
beer,
sell it
no
or you
big
do it
deal.
or whatever, that's great. But they never tell you about
By
the
switching it.
bad part.
Right.
Right.
What are the bad parts? I mean, I can only imagine. What are the bad parts of living on the street?
Bad parts about living on the street?
Rain,
Rain, winter,
winter.
I
and
actually love
opiate
all
addiction.
that. I don't even own a pair of
Oh
pants.
man, see
I
you
wear
go, man. You
shorts
just
every day. I'm born and raised here.
Okay. So you guys mentioned that drugs are you said that you all agreed that drugs are the number one cause. That
well,
people
you know,
end up
how do
living
you
on the
think? How do you
streets?
think people that
Drugs
don't have a
and-
job,
Drugs and mental.
you know,
Drugs are mental.
Yeah, they're don't know what it
It's the hustle is part of the life.
There's some mental, and then there's the physical.
Uh-huh.
There's two different.
And do you mean
kinds.
like drugs and mental, because then people aren't able to like get a job and make money
Well,
to
like
get a
drugs-
house?
The
drugs-
cops have no authority here.
And physical problems and
The cops have no authority. You can get high right here smoking your dope. You can shoot up right here, and the cop's gonna go. Now I'm pissed at that new law because I'm just not breaking the law, but because I'm a fourth waiver. Pull over, Mark. You're a fourth waiver. You're under the influence. Boom, to the clink. I spent good 15 years of my time out here locked up because I was just under the influence.
Right.
But now you can get caught with almost a half ounce of heroin and they just write you a ticket. You know, so I'm really pissed off about this.
When did this happen?
Right.
Dude,
A couple years ago.
Dude, get caught with some heroin, homie. They're going to write you a ticket.
they don't want
Unless you're on parole
Well, it's
on
a
paper.
misdemeanor. It's a
It's a
misdemeanor.
misdemeanor now.
What about meth?
Meth, the same
misdemeanor.
thing.
Yeah.
Now, here's how it was when I was doing dope. You could have a pipe, you could carry or be under the influence, but any of them separate was a misdemeanor. Any one of them two together, now you got 2 felonies.
Yeah.
Now it's just
Because the thing is, you're only hurting yourself. So that
Are you
cops
saying
in
they're
jail.
not they're not as
Since
they're not
they-
as hard on
since
drugs
since
as
they,
they should
no,
be?
their hands are tied.
Well,
they're tied.
it-
Since they took everybody out of the prisons,
No
now
wonder
they're
they don't
doing
search you
county time.
anymore.
Now, if you don't do something violent
They
or
don't ever search me
serious,
anymore.
they don't have room for you.
Right.
You go
But I'm
in
not a
and
fourth
you-
waiver.
Job security, huh?
Would you guys say that you're addicted to alcohol and/or drugs?
Everything I do is
Everything,
legal.
everything.
I drink beer and I smoke marijuana.
Right. But I don't mean legal, but I mean, would you say you're addicted? Like, you know,
At some point,
You know what?
would you stop if you wanted to?
I do that. I
No.
actually work for a church,
No.
so I stop all the time.
I'm physically addicted.
What drugs are you addicted to?
Opiates.
I like beer.
Okay.
I used to sit in this park and drink about 12 to 15,
Yeah,
40
we get
ounces a
the
day.
meth.
Bed.
So
No,
would
big
you
deal.
would you guys say that it's your choice to be homeless, or it's more a function of society's broken?
or a combination.
It's my choice to be
Ah,
homeless.
man,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah, I think
It's just like you go on a long mission.
What do you mean by that, Carlos?
Man, because I've been here before, and I got out of it, but that was in Arkansas, and I was able to get on my feet, but then once again, you go into your addictions, into your vices, and next thing you know.
Right.
I don't like being confined.
And the thing with me was
They keep
mainly
saying,
You
man,
mean like there's a freedom in it?
yeah, once I got out of the military, I just had no interest in staying anywhere.
Have you guys like lived in shelters or had opportunities
If
to
I
live
want to
in
go
places,
hang out
but you
with
didn't want
drug
to do
addicts
it?
and drunks, I'll just stay here.
Well, just go downtown to
Why-
county jail.
Why go be confined with
Live
them?
under
you know?
rules if you're gonna live under.
That's what the
All
cops
that
always
fun.
say. I know where we
See,
can
at least
hide.
here
We're
in
all-
California, you can smoke weed, you can get high all day.
Yeah, just want a little more
You
freedom,
straight.
know.
They want to send me in the tent, but
You
I'm like,
care
wait a
about
minute.
nothing.
They just had
Right.
an OD yesterday. Why do I want to go there?
We don't have
You know,
tons of
we
rules
got
and
that
then
here,
be
you know, it's like-
subject to the rules
Yeah,
that
you
are
had me.
At least
Yeah,
here,
most
I have the
of them
option of
are not
walking
used,
away, and
So
I
when-
don't have to walk miles. All the
Hey,
way
so
to
I could
where
go
the
into a
tent is.
dispensary whenever I want.
Yeah.
So when you guys think about your future, what hopes do you have for your future?
You know
what
what?
are you looking for?
I'm simple,
hope-
man. I believe in the KISS rule. Keep it simple, stupid.
I see some.
I work for a church. I'm a member. I'm part of 3 ministries. I do security there. And you know what? I've been around the world. I've been to 7 countries. I've been in a conflict.
Like when you're in the military?
And you know what? I've pretty much had everything emotionally done to me, and I just could care less
Anthrax.
about a lot of things now.
Would you say you're a
He's an
happy
emotional,
happy
not just
person?
physically addicted.
I'm a very happy person, actually. I'm just.
How would you guys
It
say
depends
that?
on who
How
it
do
is
you-
that I'm around.
How do you guys
You know?
feel like you do emotionally? Are you
Emotion-
happy? Are you?
I think I do well. How do you say? Venting and letting out my anger, and I keep it real.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. When there's kids close by, and we chill right here. Don't do nothing stupid.
What do you think would need to change in society in order? But Mike, are you saying that the access and availability to drugs and alcohol is a big part of the problem? If there wasn't so much access,
Are you kidding?
I mean, yeah, well, yeah, for sure. But then we just have problems. But I don't think that's why people are out here. I think that's always been available all the time. So you had a choice on whether or not you use the drug or alcohol. So I mean, you can't blame it on the.
Ain't gonna stop.
Ain't no different than being locked up. You can get anything you want there too.
Okay, you can put yourself anywhere you want.
And you're just
Isolate
always
yourself from it. You know,
Right.
and hey, and you might do real good for like 2-3 years. I did it. I went to Puerto Rico and I was chilling.
Hopes and dreams still.
You don't always smoke my weed. I always smoke my weed.
Narcotics.
James is saying.
And then
James has hopes.
I came to.
James is
came to
talking about
Arkansas
his
and
hopes.
started.
What are your hopes and
What are your
dreams,
hopes,
James?
My hopes and dreams is to be drug free
Yeah.
and to go back to the shipyards.
Drugs will never be free.
Okay, guys. One of the questions I have over the years, have you made efforts to try to get off the streets?
Me? Not really.
No.
I'm out here. I'm not a drain on anybody. I don't ask nobody for nothing.
So do you prefer it, Mark, on the streets?
Yeah, I don't see why.
But you said you kind of said there's a bit of a freedom to it.
Well, what made me, I had a business from when I was 6. It started out with mice, and then selling the mice
Like
to the
mice,
pet store.
like the-
Mice. And then I got snakes, and then I started breeding. And then I did tropical fish. So my mom and my brother held that while I went off to the Marine Corps. And I come back in the IRS. I was doing free enterprise, but because I was using records, I'm supposed to be paying taxes.
Okay.
But instead of I've just come back from war, and these guys are taking everything I've earned and lived for.
What about you, James? What do you feel's kind of stood in the way of you getting off the streets?
Basically, just I don't like to have all the places are downtown. Basically, and I don't like downtown.
What do you mean? What places are downtown?
Like like Father Joe's, I guess. Salvation.
Oh, you mean
Army.
places
Most
where
of
you could live?
Most
Yeah,
of your rehabs and
you
stuff
know,
are down there. I
A lot
don't
of the
blame
rehabs.
them.
Yeah, I don't mind doing a rehab. Like it's just, I don't know.
They make it tough.
But to
They
do
make it tough.
a rehab, you have to be ready to deal with your addiction.
Right. I have no problem with that. Except for the recently in the last 10
getting
years,
high
I
part.
picked up a new addiction, which is
Right.
a very physical addiction.
But to do rehab, right? You have to try to be clean,
You have to be clean.
Yeah,
right?
they won't let you in.
They
until
won't
you're
let you
clean.
in if
You got to
you're
detox.
dirty.
Right.
Some
If you
have
are dirty, they'll
detox
send you to a
places, some don't.
detox.
Right. Well, there is a model called harm reduction, right? There's abstinence, and harm reduction is like trying to reduce like the risk. So, for example, if let's say someone injects heroin, one model is for people to use weed instead of heroin. What do you
I
think
wish
of that
more
model?
people out here would smoke pot.
It worked.
Boy, I wish more people out here would smoke pot,
Hey.
man.
Yeah.
Because they're more mellow.
You're not going to go.
Weed is the truth.
If you're,
Anytime you get away
I
from a hard
I
drug,
smoke
man,
and go to
you're
bed.
doing well.
That's
I
it.
love it.
What drugs do you find that people are on that cause a real disturbance?
Heroin, crystal, cocaine, and crack, and
Yeah.
the
The
vodka.
crystal.
And the vodka.
Vodka's, I think vodka should
Vodka.
be banned from the
And
United States. We're
when
not
you mix
Russia.
it together too, right?
Americans
Yeah,
don't know
that's
how to
what
handle
they're
it.
doing.
Yeah.
They're doing all three.
You
And it's
mix
killing
mix the
Mark.
vodka with
Yeah.
the
Really?
crack.
Huh?
It's
Three
killing
of my
them.
perfect
It's what you
that's
call
like
a
that every
geographical
color up
thing.
from
You know
Montana
what I'm
wasn't
saying?
making people go blind.
We need to. You haven't introduced yourself. Introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm
Because you
Wayne.
missed the introduction,
No,
Wayne.
hi, Wayne.
Well, I honestly believe alcohol is the worst drug out there.
Okay.
It is.
And yet it's legal.
That is socially accepted.
So why do you say it's the worst one?
Yeah, why you say it?
You know, it's the only
Well,
one that.
just because I used to drink a lot when I was younger, and it just, for one thing, your decision making is the first thing that goes out the window as soon as you take that first drink, and everything else
Even
falls
me?
behind there.
But some people can have one drink and leave it at one drink,
Some
right?
people can.
The
Yeah.
norms.
If you don't have an addiction.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that can't.
Some people can have one beer or
I mean,
a glass of
we've
wine.
all seen
Hey,
people just
James,
make a.
let me know when I start making wrong decisions, will you?
This is the exception to the rule. This guy, you can't
Yeah,
tell
oh,
if he's
no,
stone
he's
cold
not.
drunk or stone cold sober. But
So the other thing, guys, do you guys have a criminal record?
Yeah, I got quite the extensive
Okay. How does that affect or does that affect
They should write a
kinda
book about me.
you moving forward in life? Has that created any challenges?
I don't even care anymore.
Dan, tell me.
I went down 4 times, so I've got literally 4 numbers.
Okay.
Right?
Damn.
I've got a Y number, I got a B number, I got a C number, and I got a 0
I'm a
number.
G number. G599.
What I have found in today, in this environment today, when I'm looking at it,
Bless you.
straight up front, I've been studying alcohol and drug addiction for a lot of years. I'm 2 classes away from
I've
getting
been
my
studying it
Katie.
with him,
I don't want it because I still drink and I don't want to be that hypocritical because I'm not going to stop. The point is that for people to be able to make it in society today, they're getting out. It's just almost an impossible.
Do you mean getting out of jail?
Yeah, you know, after doing a total of 11 years, 9 months, and 18 friggin' days and 32 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, so 19 days and 12 hours. The thing is that when you start counting down and you start remembering all this shit, you know, we have a mentality behind the wall. When they say that the world freezes, they're not lying. The world outside goes on. Our world froze inside. Yeah. We're there. I get popped in 1977. I come out in 1983. I'm still in 1977.
Right.
See, this is the mentality that they don't understand that happens. Because
then you're supposed to get out and just kind of be on your
feet.
You're
supposed to get out. They give you $200 gate money. Give so many dysfunctions in the system.
And how does having a criminal record affect trying to make money or get a job?
It will hurt you.
It makes people have to go work illegally, and then you got to be penalized for that later in life.
And then you have to work under the table, and then you don't pay into your taxes, and then when you're 65, you got nothing.
Can I give you right now? Because other than that, I've had to work under the table.
What kind of jobs have you done?
I'm a plumber and a painter. And I've had to do that under the table because of my degenerative disc disease in my back. There's not a company that's going to hire me, period, because of my back.
Yeah.
Right. So I have to go under the table anyway. But the rest of these people, there's some damn good people I have worked their butts off. I got him one hell of a job one time, you know, and it wasn't his fault he lost it. It was the owner bankrupted the business.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I want to do this series is because people have strong opinions, right, about people living on the street and what it's like and what the reason is people are living on the street. But I mean, I think the best way to really understand it is to, you know, talk to people who are doing it. Okay.
I have no idea.
So Mark, you had, we'll almost wrap up. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. You had something to say, Mark.
A little short story on what one little incident can do to a person. We had a friend named Max. He used to be an armed security guard. He had a permit to carry concealed and regular, like a cop. How he got it, we don't know, because he was a fourth waiver in his life and a felon. But he wanted to move up, so he went and got this really killer job as a security guard for the FBI downtown. And 6 months later, they told him, look, we got to fire you because when he was a kid, he never had his stuff sealed. He got caught with a loaded syringe with heroin in it. That's a felony, especially as a juvenile. That devastated him to the point where he ended up using again and getting AIDS from a dirty needle and dying.
Right.
And
like
all because of one thing that happened when he was a teenager.
I think that's really important.
Man, who wants to work for the feds anyway?
Right. Like one thing.
Well, he was making $30 an hour as a security guard.
That knows what the heck is going on around your neighborhood.
No, but I mean, people don't always think about that. Like one thing can totally change your life and put you on a different trajectory.
And now you got Prop 47.
That's exactly what the catfish did to me.
The what did to you?
Catfish.
Catfish. Okay, guys, I want you to enjoy your day. Thank you so much. It's been great.
You're welcome.
Great meeting you. Had a great discussion.
We love you, America.
It's all about the American silver dollar.
Great.
American silver dollar.
Great to meet you, James.
Smoke weed.
Nice to meet you.
Not your kids.
Everybody should collect a 90% silver.
Yeah, I know. Okay.